So I wanted to make a quick video talking about this whole obsession, morality, debate, who's the protagonist, who's the antagonist. I haven't watched the movie yet, I plan on. This right here is one of my favorite YouTube channels when it comes to discussing media. His name's Zaffy. I've been following him for some time now. He talks about movies and shows and other related stuff. Lately he does more content on humanity-wide issues and a little bit of YouTube slop here and there. So apparently this channel named Alex Meyers made a video sympathizing with one of the main characters, who a lot of people feel is the antagonist. So because people are sympathizing with Bear in the story here, he and anyone else who sympathizes with Bear must be a psychotic incel. Like, people are shaming others for sympathizing with this character because this character holds some blame in this story, and it's pretty dark. At the end of the day, there's a double standard. If the roles were reversed, people wouldn't talk about it as much. If Nikki was the one making a wish on a guy, people wouldn't even talk about it as much. It's all just bullshit virtue signaling. Yes and no. What if Bear is an antagonist and a victim, and there's not just one victim, and you can quantify who is more the victim? That's how it goes with fiction and supernatural forces, when you force moral gray areas. I mean, that's just what happens, right?
He's the abuser more than anyone else. This Nikki that's in front of him, he had every opportunity to remove her from this situation. Now, yes, offing yourself and then offing Nikki, it's a tough situation. It's a tough decision, right? But he chose to act like, oh, Nikki's fine. Nikki's fine. Every time a friend would question him about her and he knew something was up, he's like, Nikki's fine, right? It's clear that he's not the victim. It's anyone with media literacy knows this. Yeah, oh, but it's not black and white, Zaffy. He can be a victim too. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think he does give nuance. I think he does. The main thing is, Bear is a victim in this movie, but he's not the main victim, and he's certainly not the most victimized. So yeah, I commented on this video, hot take. I understand where he's coming from, but I don't agree with it. I disagree with you in the sense that it's black and white, only one of these people can be the victim. The same reason people are sympathizing with Bear is the same reason homicide is a charge. Some mistakes are inexcusable, even if some things shouldn't be possible within the universe of the movie. It's a meta-argument and a valid one. Most movie characters are designed to believe they're living in the real world. I'm not excusing Bear in any capacity. I'm stating the truth that they are both victims, just Nikki is way more of a victim. Bear isn't completely innocent or guilty regarding the events tied to this unfamiliar supernatural force that spawned as a result of something he remarked with zero expectation of actually becoming actionable in such a dark way, before he made any inexcusable mistakes. So basically what I'm saying is, everything Bear chose to do, once he fully realized what was going on, was wrong. It was willful. It wasn't implicit. Does anybody expect for this to happen when they just exclaim out into the ether they hope that the girl they like likes them? The fact that there's a coincidental knick-knack that's surprisingly supernatural thrown into the mix, one which Willow, doesn't change anything. He didn't expect for this to happen. His self-control was a problem. I don't think you can label an outright antagonist-protagonist here. I don't think you can. Bear isn't innocent. Nikki is way more victim, especially once you've fully interpreted the ending. It doesn't mean that Bear isn't a victim. It doesn't mean there's only one victim. It doesn't mean it's wrong to sympathize with Bear. That doesn't inherently mean you're only sympathizing with Bear. So self-control and complicit nature were certainly a problem here, yeah. But it is quite the crazy circumstance. And Zaffi here does mention, you know, maybe he's a victim of his circumstance, but self-control is a problem. But he should be more explicit with this instead of milking like slop tube. He is the least victimized. Yeah, this is where this weird dynamic comes from, where you recognize the victimizing of a character in a movie where there's no clear antagonist, protagonist. Things are really dark in tone and mannerism and everything that happens. People will latch on to try and sympathize with the least victimized person, and they will get shit for it because people feel that they are the villain, even though they're also a victim. They're just not a great person. It gets complicated. That's my thoughts on this anyway. The fact that Bear is a victim of circumstance and supernatural force, and the fact that he made extremely inexcusable mistakes, fucked up real bad, and willingly fucked up real bad, are not mutually exclusive. I'm sure either one of those could happen without the other. And that's why this isn't a black and white thing. It's not either or. So to answer the question, did Bear keep his humanity? Did he preserve his humanity? I would say no. Because he let the obsession consume him, define him. Like, take Homelander for example. He went from a victim as a child to an adult, super-abled war criminal. These fuck-ups can often be born from tragedy, and tragedy is still tragedy. But sometimes that's not a reasoning or excusal.